and thank you. And that was it. I was like, I am ashamed. Proud, and yet ashamed. And to build onto that story, when I moved out of that dorm, my bed had ground holes into the tile floor. That is not a joke. If phone cameras were a thing, I would have taken a picture. So I put my bed right back in the holes and was like, I'm not going to move my bed back. I'm just going to leave it right here. Because you're supposed to like leave it back the way the blueprint is. Mm-mm. Oh, is the correct story. Yes. Oh. Oops. I mean, but we had great sex. We had like that kind of young person sex where he would like pick me up and put me against a wall and a counter. Like the sex is no better when you do that, but when you're young and virile, you're like, yeah, man, I'm gonna fuck on everything. We had that kind of sex. It was fun. Not the best sex I've ever had. Zeke is arguably probably that. Because of his uncut dick, though. It's wonderful. Like when I had energy, I guess maybe it's like more motivation to use that energy. I still have a shit ton of energy, but I clean more.
You okay, boy? Prendium has just donated $5. I lost my virginity to a celebrity. You should have seen all the shocked looks from everybody at the Wax Museum.
Fucking sick. Thank you. Lasne does a good job with alerts, man. They're pretty good. Thank you. I hate it here, Eliza. My eyes are watering. You got me real good, Shrek. Ooh, Ethiopian food's dope. Did you get the bread with it? You got like the weird bubbly bread because you're supposed to eat it with the bread. You're not ever supposed to touch it with utensils. Ethiopian's good. I had it for the first time in Baltimore. It's real good. But you gotta have that bread. He cooked, just take me. Yeah, that I don't know what it's called. That African style flatbread. It's like really like light. You got the bread. Oh hell yes. And go. Oh bitch, you're gonna have a good meal. I didn't go to Egypt. Where did I think maybe they had it in Greece. They had a form of it in Greece that they would give you as a bread option that you could like eat with basically instead of using utensils, because a lot of cultures don't use utensils because they believe they taste the metal. Injera, is that what it's called? It's not naan. No, not naan. It's like, it almost looks like a crumpet. Like it's really holy and spongy and light and barely has any flavor. It's mostly used as a conduit to get it in your mouth, get the good food, you know? No, it's very light and I can't think of a word, spongy. Cheers. I packed a really good bowl. Cheers, everybody. Chachi. Dude, that like 90% of the activities I performed when I lived alone was just masturbating. Because I had no partner and I was so bored and I was just like seeking a hit of happiness. Dude, unreal. Like at a certain point I got bored. I was like, okay, maybe I should stick something in my ass or something. I'm getting too good at this. Been there, done that, man. Lost your virginity? I lost my virginity to my college boyfriend my freshman year in his grandparents' spare bedroom, and it was Pepto-Bismol pink sheets. Everything was Pepto-Bismol pink in that room. With brass, like a brass bed frame from 1970. It was a double, and the walls were lined with baby clowns and dolls and pictures of children and the whole family. And afterwards, my ex sat up and goes, I did it! because he was able to come. He didn't know I was losing my virginity. I didn't tell him because I think virginity is a stupid concept. I just didn't fucking high school because we had no Planned Parenthood and I was not about to get pregnant. Great stories. I'm gonna lurk while eating. Oh, it's gonna be very hard to type. Yeah, you're supposed to use your hands. Get it. I mean, it was our first time fucking, and you know, like, for a lot of guys, it's hard to get it up the first time. Like, you're, like, nervous, you want to impress the girl, you know? Like, I totally get it. There's no problem. I'm not one of those people who's like, I can't believe you couldn't get your dick up. Like, you know, first time with somebody, anybody, even now, it's hard sometimes, you know? I did. We also, one time, we had fun. I mean, we were young and stupid. One time, we went to a party, and I met this girl that I was just in love with, and she had a boyfriend who wanted to go, like, do stuff. And I was like, I live really far away from here. And the guy I was dating at the time literally drove all four of us back to my dorm, which was, like, 45 minutes away. And we fucked in the same room. We didn't have, like, an orgy, but afterwards, the two guys high-fived, which was pretty hilarious. I laughed. I have a good sense of humor. She was so hot, though, and she liked football, and I liked football. We flirted for a long time. Her name was Sam. Oh, Sam. It's not hard, that's the problem. Oh, for real, yeah. Dicks are unexplainable. Like, I do not make fun of people for the dick. Like, you have no idea what your dick is going to do at any given time. I firmly believe that. Dicks are mysterious, and I don't understand it. And sometimes your dick don't do what you want that dick to do, you know? Fuck, that is not what I wanted to do. Oops. Dude, I'm not a monster dick fan. And I know a lot of people aren't. Please don't be ashamed of what you were born with. I actually do not support the, and I don't allow it here, big dick energy bullshit. I know a lot of assholes with huge dicks, and again, they're assholes. Big dicks mean nothing about your energy or your sexual prowess. Oh, LZT, that is almost a worse situation. Like, you're just not my type, but I can't say it. Oh God, that'd be hard. No pun intended. Right, Mickey, that's bullshit. Anybody, I mean, if you've ever talked to your partner about their penis, penises are miraculous. So are vaginas. I can't count on being aroused at any one given time. You gotta have a partner that's, you know, reasonable and doesn't fucking, I don't know, actually ask questions maybe. Talk about your bodies. Hey. Thank you for whatever that was. Oh, resub. Oh my God, Pulsar. Penises and vaginas. Penis, penis, penis. Vagina, vagina, vagina. Ooh, dead fish syndrome. You know, I've been with guys like that though, honestly. Like, I've tried to sleep with dudes who like just like finger bang the fuck out of me and assume I'm ready to go, and I'm like, bitch, what? You're basically just a tampon at this point. No. Been there. Done that. Boyfriend just said no, but it does get you turned down a lot. Girls see that shit and go, nope. See, that's lazy. I think that's laziness. Get your partner off. Fuck off, dude. That's lazy. That's Zeke, Glut. He's the same. He's very much focused on me until he thinks I'm good. I smell farts, dude. You guys smell horrible. Let's smoke some weed because the farts are just overwhelming. A pillow princess. your joy fucks with your penis. That happens to a lot of dudes. A lot of penis holding ladies and gentle thems, I should say. Yes. Hi, Andrew, by the way. I love you. Shut up and get part of you out. I want to talk to you. Some gays can be weird that way. The fuck? You know, Phoenix, I just love to please my partner, honestly. Like, I am the type of person that it's like a challenge for me. I want to find the best way possible to please my partner, and that is what gets me off. So, yeah, if my partner's into that, but if my partner wasn't into that, neither would I be. Right, Emmy? Yeah. It's really just all about my partner, and that is what arouses me, is my partner. And then I'm aroused and I get off. But if I can't, I mean, communication, I think, is the secret. I've known so many people that are like, I've never had an orgasm and they just can't do it. And I'm like, bitch, if you have never figured your own shit out, how is that fair to expect someone else to? Sip. That ain't fair. Cheers. Me too, Eliza. I feel like I failed. Same. I'm the same. But like, also, hold on, let's take a hit. I have another thing to say. Can we all agree that a limp dick does not mean your partner is not horny? We all know that, right? Like, soft genitals deserve sucking as well. We know that, right? I've known a lot of people that are like, well, he wasn't hard, so I just figured he wasn't into it. Get him hard. Yeah. You can be hella horny and not be hard for some reason. Being hard is literally a biological mechanism where blood flow is directed to the penis. Sometimes it just doesn't happen. And you gotta help. I was barely 14, she was 18, 19. Was weekend of my uncle's wedding, and we were camping out on one of the lake islands, also sister of the bride. My uncle's entire group of friends was within 20 feet of the tent. She dragged me to the tent in full view of the wedding party. Roughly 40 minutes, I emerged to a round of applause. Oh my god, it's like you're in ancient France. Did they undress you beforehand? What the fuck? Absolutely not. Hurt. Oh god. Oh god. I would have been dead. Deceased. Catherine would be deceased. Honestly, I feel the same way though about like public proposals. Like, I dated a guy for a while, and you guys know, I've told you, I dated a guy who wanted to get married, and I was like, sure, we can do it someday. Someday. Which is never, but someday. And I told him if he ever does it in front of someone, I'll say no. Never. I hate. Ugh, God, no. I don't know what that is, what I hate, but I hate that. Really, Big Green? I mean, I think that's kind of cool that we get to learn together. I dated a virgin and took his V card, but he had like this horrible Catholic crutch that made him feel guilty about sex, so that was something I couldn't help with. I'm 60, and when I finally had some real sex therapy, I don't mind saying, my dad just turned 60, by the way, my stepdad. I learned about respecting myself and others, so it's not about the erection. Abso-fucking-lutely. I try to preach that, so maybe we can figure that out before we turn 60. Because I do think it takes a long time for some people. Because people just don't want to talk about it. And like, a lot of people with penises feel ashamed if they can't get hard on the spot. And you need a partner that's like, nah, I get it, it's cool. And helps out. And sometimes that won't even work. That doesn't mean anything. It's anatomy. That's why I kind of like being a chick. A female anatomy, like the sex of female, because I don't have to get hard. Like, I do have a pro. I can just like use lube for the most part. But like, I don't know, like, unless you do one of those shots in your dick, like that can be a fucking challenge. How dare you shame someone for that? The indoor plumbing, yeah. The words, the ladies and gentle thems plumbing for breeding that I'm never gonna use for the breeding. I don't want to share that with anybody because I keep my relationship very private between me and my partner. So that stuff's very private to me. Same Drexy. I'm so private when it comes to that stuff. I can dance on a bar sober with nothing on and nothing affects me, but personal stuff like that, I'm like embarrassed. That's so private. Aw, Big Green. I mean, that's where communication comes in. Lots of communication, hours of it. Especially if you're like, you live the lifestyle, like the Dom sub. I mean, communication is like the cornerstone for realsies. Jack, I've known dudes in their 20s that happens, though. I think that happens all the time. Except in their 20s, they have the additional problem of the random boners when they don't want them. Every male anatomy plumbing human male, I hate that. Every dick I've been with, there's always been moments where it just can't get up for some reason. Whiskey dick or otherwise, it just happens. Oh, Kemster, that's so wonderful, though. I love that. Oh, Emmylou, hell yeah. Oh, I love this. He wasn't very experienced, but hell he is willing, and it's so refreshing. Sexually explorative people are my favorite. I love that Zeke's down to do anything. Even if it's just ridiculous, I'll be like, babe, we're using nipple clamps. He'll like laugh and be like, yeah, let's do it. He ain't afraid of shit, and I think it's so much fun. Sex should be like fun, you know? We're queefing. Oh my god, that's beautiful. Oh, that's amazing. That's awesome, Emmy. It's so nice because you don't have to be ashamed about anything. Sex should be like a boring chore, dude, for some people. I know some people are like, well, we haven't fucked in a few days, so I feel like we should. No, Eliza, I slept in hard this morning, so I haven't looked at anything. I slept in until 6:40, 5 minutes before I was supposed to be live. Panicked, went live, and then I had a doctor's appointment. No, I haven't looked. About finally figuring out my birthing. Okay, I'm gonna have to read it. Cheers, everybody. Sexy giggling. Dude, the one guy I dated who was a virgin, it was hard for him to accept that you're gonna laugh during sex a lot. Because there's the queefing sounds and the farting sounds and the slappy sex fat sounds and butt cheek sounds and ball sounds. It's all funny. Like, for the most part, until you're like at the edge of about to come, sex is pretty funny. And he would get like his ego hurt. And I'm like, I'm not laughing at like your performance, but I queefed. It's funny. It should be. You should be comfortable enough that you can laugh and still get off. This convo reminded me, no, it's fine. I will look. I was talking to a new doctor about sex stuff, and she said you should make it routine if you have discomfort so the muscles are right. And she said, like, brushing your teeth. Make fucking a routine like brushing your teeth. Oh, dude, Emmy, that's like my fat ass. Like, I feel fat sometimes because I can feel, like, sometimes when we're fucking, my ass feels like it's twerking up my back, and I'm like, God damn it, fucking whatever. Yeah. What? If you don't want to have sex, don't have sex. If you want to have sex, fuck your partner or whatever. Legally and consensually, obviously. Really? Wow. Oof. That seems like unfun. I'm trying to think of how to... Perspective draping is interesting. References! Here I come. Right, I know, Smarty Girl. That's like honestly, like Zeke talks about how much he loves my ass so often. I'm like, okay, I can deal with this. This is fine. What am I painting? It's kind of, I'm looking up a reference photo to look up draping for lights because I want to do like, I wanted this to look like an open area. So I wanted to do lights draping here, but it's like, I have this crazy perspective going on like this. And I'm trying to think how they would look. I gotta look at something. So something happened with my graphics drivers. Oh no. Tried to reinstall both NVIDIA drivers and DirectX drivers, but every time I restart my computer, the same issue comes up. I can't play any of my games, so I spent all morning taking down account information, and now my PC is resetting. You're living hell. Oh, I'm so sorry. There's so many smart computer people here, though, if you want to, like, ask for advice. Fuck, dude. I'm so sorry. Oh, Mr. Eric, dude, my Viking brother, how are you? First time I was like 20, it was summer. I had a very naive concepts in my mind and I wanted to make it romantic, but it was summer and we went into nature and I didn't think about the mosquitoes. I mean, you got super sucked that night. Oh! By a lot of bitches. Oh, God. Glenny, I didn't fuck. I think I was 18 or 19 when I lost my virginity, and everyone thought I was so slutty in high school. It was funny. Not funny, but interesting perspective. I didn't have sex with anybody. Actually, my boyfriend of high school broke up with me because I wouldn't put out. I just didn't want to get pregnant. And there was no Planned Parenthood anywhere. I was like, no, I'm good. To me, in my childlike state, being pregnant was the worst STD in the world. Now I realize there are more. Still don't have one. Woo! I think it's better to lose it later. You know what's up. You're like fully developed. My brother in and out of prison lost his when he was 11, so I don't know if you want to correlate, but... Perspective. Oh my god, no! My glove made me hit a weird word. Glut, that was me too. I had to feel comfortable enough. Like, that's honestly, we talked about this yesterday. I think you agreed that it's like, you have to know someone like through and through to feel comfortable enough to do something like that. Yeah. No, he wasn't 11 in prison, but he lost his virginity when he was 11, and now he's in his 30s and he goes to prison all the time. One of the crabs is molting. Oh my god, get pictures. Stop typing and you go record that immediately. I want to see it. Get it, girl. Stop. Go. We want to see. No, but I hated my body. I was so bullied as a kid for being fat and having cellulite and having fat legs and being slow and tall and female and boobs and everything. We're all bullied. I firmly believe everyone's bullied in a different way, even bullies. I was heavily bullied though, and it took me a really long time to like just want someone to see me naked. For real. I was so self-conscious of my body. I feel you, dude. I think everybody is though. It really, even people that claim they're like 100% confident, I think we are. I think it's just, you know? Aw, trepanation. That kind of sucks. I mean, my first time wasn't much better, so. You're awesome. Thanks. Gluttony, I'm the same. Chachi, it's not that I have confidence, but I don't give a fuck anymore. I could care less because I've learned just in living that people who judge are projecting their own self-hate on you, and I ain't got time to deal with their shit. I ain't no counselor. I just don't have time. Pay me if you want me to deal with that shit. Don't got time. Don't want to, don't need to. You don't need to either. Your whole body should be included, Gluttony. I use everything, every bit of me, if I can. Nah, Chachi, you can talk about that with us if you're comfortable. Like, there's no pressure, but I don't mean to brag. My community is maybe the dopest in the world and the most understanding and coolest when it comes to talking about that shit. Just saying. We're pretty fucking dope. And we're pretty good at being mature and having those conversations and eliminating those who can't seem to be mature with those conversations. I do too, Glenny. Everybody has something. Even the most beautiful people in the world, they might be the most insecure. I never judge anybody's insecurities, but if they're going to project their insecurity on me, I don't have time and I'm not your counselor. I'm not letting your opinion of yourself affect my opinion of me. I think I look okay and I feel okay, and that I think is more important. Yep, I gotta use that pinky toe for Zeke, but, you know. I do what I gotta do. All right, I think I found some sources. I think I Googled finally the right thing. I definitely want to keep this. That's a good reference image. I think this is Popsky. I recognize this song. I don't know. It's really low if you can even hear it. No shit, Gluttony. The being on the internet helped me. Not just the overwhelming positivity, but seeing all this psychotic negativity helped me a lot. Because at first it hit me really hard, and I step back and I go, these are people typing insults on their computer, typing them, rereading them on a keyboard, on a computer, on Twitter. And that invalidated anything they ever said to me again. And I still tell myself that all the time. If anyone comes after me for anything on Twitter, I'm like, wow, get a hobby. Put effort into something worthwhile, for fuck's sake. This is harder to find than I thought. Dude, are you posting it, Reese? I'm so excited to see it. I'm gonna burp. Maybe. Chachi, are you asking for their opinions? If not, shut them the fuck up. Bye, Felicia. Unless I asked for your goddamn opinion, shut your fucking trap. Rose, I agree. But reflection isn't taught enough. I want to burp. I love your enclosure, dude. It's so cool looking. Yeah, Foxy, no one can change my opinion of myself. No one can change your opinion of yourself. And I think you reflect on that and realize you also can't change anyone else's opinion of themselves. You know? Like, it's unfair of us to say